Japanese legend has it that if you make 1,000 paper cranes for someone, that person gets a wish. Origami can be a very relaxing pastime, and paper cranes can be a great place for beginners to start. I've been making origami since I was a child, and I'm currently making 1,000 paper cranes for my sister for when I leave for Japan next fall. Today I would like to demonstrate the 5 basic steps for making a paper crane: aligning, folding, creasing, reverse folding, and spreading the wings. The first thing you want to do is take your paper pretty side out and do what's called a mountain fold. You bring the bottom corner up to the top, and this is the first step, which is aligning. You want to make sure that each corner lines up with the other and all the way around the paper before pulling it down and folding, which is the second step. And you're going to be doing this to every step as you make the crane. So then you want to turn it sideways and do the exact same mountain fold. Bring the bottom part up to the top and again fold the bottom. And step 3 is creasing. You want to make sure that each of your folds are nice and crisp so that they will stay as you continue to fold the paper. Now the next step is to bring the bottom 2 corners up to the top. This is called a mountain fold. And this is just preparing your crane for the next step, which may look complicated, but when you fold it the right way, the folds just lead the paper and tell you what to do. So if you forget, it kind of just guides you along. And you're going to want to open it up and push in on all the sides until you have kind of a cross shape. And you're just going to collapse it on itself to make a square. And then you want to take your square sideways with the closed part up at the ceiling and the open part at the bottom. It's very important that you keep the open part at the bottom, or else you won't have a paper crane. You'll have something really different. So the next step is to bring these corners, and these 4 corners are what we're going to be working with for basically all the rest of the steps. And you want to bring this side into the middle, not the corner, because a lot of people will just bring the corner right in, but you want to bring the entire side into this fold that we have already created. And just crease it, and you have that fold. And you're going to do this to all 4 pieces of the paper. And this is just making the beginning of the wings. So it's more important that each side lines up with the one that's behind it, more than having it perfectly in the middle. So if it's a little off, it's not too bad. You'll still have a crane. It'll look a little wonky, but it'll still work. So after you've folded all 4 pieces, you want to take this triangle portion and fold it down over itself. And then flip it over and do the same thing. And this will help it for when you go to collapse the wings, which is the next step. You want to unfold your paper and find the piece that you want and bring it up. And that fold that you just made helps it to just guide it along. And you want to always be careful, because paper, especially origami paper, is very easily ripped. Then you'll just have to throw it away and start all over. So just bring it up and collapse the fold, and you want to do the same thing to the other side. And just remember to be very patient with your paper. And after you've done that, you have these 2 almost like legs at the bottom portion of your paper. And this is going to become the neck and the tail for your crane. So you want it to be a little skinnier. So you're going to take it, and just with the last step, you're going to bring the side portions into the middle and make sure they line up all the way down to the point of the leg. And do the same thing for all 4 sides. And they're really easy to make, especially once you've done it a lot. You can make them any size. You can even make them really tiny. I used to make earrings out of paper cranes, so you can make them really small. And after you're done, you should have something that looks like this. And this is almost the end of your crane. And this is where the 4th step, reverse folding, comes in. you want to take one of the legs and basically just turn it inside out and fold it back in on itself. And as you do this, the paper will kind of tell you which side is supposed to be the neck and which is supposed to be the tail based on how it turns out. I usually, whichever one turns out the ugliest, I make the head because it's easier to make it squish. But you want to take whichever part you want. I guess this one's the ugliest. And you want to flatten it and then reverse fold it once again. And then just squish your folds and you have the head. And this is where I was told to stop when I was a child, but my friends told me I've been doing it wrong. And that you're actually supposed to take the wings from the base, and this is the final step. You want to very carefully pull the wings apart and flatten the back of your crane, and you have a paper crane. So today I've shown you the 5 steps for making a paper crane, which are aligning, folding, creasing, reverse folding, and pulling apart the wings. A paper crane could be a great gift and a great way to just relax. And just imagine your friend's face if you made them 1,000. I hope maybe one day you'll take the time to make a paper crane, or maybe even 1,000 to give to your friend. So.
All right, good, thank you.